In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to double your revenue using long-term nurture sequences. Most of this video is in my computer, so let's just go ahead and jump in. The software we're going to be using is called Go High Level. I'll have a link to it in the description of the video. But basically, it's a customer relationship management software, so you can do texts and emails through it. You can run your calendar through it. We don't do any booking through Go High Level. We use Eurable now. We used to use this calendar, but it just doesn't fit how big the business is anymore. It also saves all your contacts, so you can have all your contacts in one spot. But really today, all we're going to be using is this automation feature. I got a request for this video. Somebody wanted to learn how to do long-term nurture sequences and how we did it. I'll show you our long-term nurture sequence, and then we'll kind of build a small one together. So you can see here, up at the top is the trigger. So this is what's going to trigger them entering the campaign. You can have it set for, an appointment status. So if somebody finishes a job, say like appointment in a certain calendar, like in your booking calendar, or if the job has a certain tag, like when they finish it, you can drop a tag and it'll automatically add them. We don't have a trigger because we just manually put our leads in here every couple weeks because there's no integration with Eurable into this software. But basically, the whole idea is that you're trying to stay in front of your customers for the long term. That way, next time they're thinking about booking a detail, they remember you instead of just going to Google and booking with somebody else. But yeah, so the first step are these wait timers. So you can set them to whatever you want. We set them for about a 24-hour period at the beginning. So they wait one day when they join, then they get a follow-up email. So this is just, email touching base, asking how the detail went. Then we wait another week, put a 1 week out email, kind of, breaking down some stuff they should be aware of, swirl marks, water spots, oxidation, stuff like that. And the breakdown is normally 80% to 20%. So 80% value and then 20% selling. So most of these emails are not offering them anything. We're just, breaking down, detailing tips, how to maintain their vehicle in between details, that kind of thing. And then 20% of the emails will be some kind of deal we're running, pushing our ceramic coating, something like that. And as we get further and further out, the frequency of the emails gets further and further out as well. So here we're waiting 2 weeks, then we send another email, 3 expert insider detailing tips you need to know, another 2 weeks, another email, and you can kind of see it goes until right here we do about once a month email. And these really, they're not, some people do weekly emails or even daily emails. I'm not trying to blow up my customer's inbox. I don't want them to unsubscribe. I want to stay in front of them. So next time they need a detail, they think of us. So we drop it to about a once a month. Here's a wait 1 week one, and then they get a discount text. So after about 5 months, probably back in the market for looking for a detail, or more interested than they would be sooner, then, back to about a month. And we do it for about 8 months. So when they book a detail for the 8 months after, we stay in touch with them. Instead of them looking for next time they need a detail, they just go to Google because they can't remember my name. And then they book with the first person that comes on Google. We stay in front of them so that they book with us every time. And yeah, so now that's pretty much all there is to it. Now we'll kind of build one together. I'll just build a small one. I go to create workflow. They have a recipe for a long-term nurture sequence. You can use that, and then you can kind of tweak it how you want. And the recipes are just, like pre-made sequences that you can tweak. So you can add a trigger up here if you want. I'm not going to add one because, it doesn't integrate. We have nothing to integrate into this. So we don't use their calendar or anything to get the leads in here. So we just manually add them. You can add a trigger if you want. And then I'd recommend not waiting a month. I'd probably wait 24 hours. And you can turn off this advanced window, 24 hours, save. And you can change the label up here to 24 hours. In the first email, I'd probably just do, and normally I don't just type up my emails on the spot. I'll put them in a Word doc. I'll type them up, make sure the copywriting sounds good, and then I'll copy and paste them over into this. So I'm not going to write a full email, but, the first one should probably be some kind of follow-up. And then, you write your follow-up email in here. Not trying to sell anything. It's a day after they booked a detail or we did a detail for them. For the first few days, I'd probably recommend sending one a day. So like wait 1 day, go down here, 1 day, and then another email. You can tweak these as much as you want. You can send out for the first week, you can send one a day. And then after that, I'd probably recommend spreading them out a little bit more. You don't want to blow up their inbox about detailing, especially if they just had a detail. So you can tweak these as much as you want. If you want to go in here and add a text in here, you just press this plus sign, go to SMS, and then you type up your text down here and save it, and it'll automatically send a text for you. Yeah, so then it'll automatically send a text for you. The next thing, you can go up here and publish it. And again, you can go through here and tweak as much as you want, as many emails as you want. You can make it, once a week, once a month, whatever you want to do. I'd recommend, spreading it out as much as you can so that you can stay in front of them for as long as possible. So if you only have 10 emails, if you do it weekly, you're only in front of them for 10 weeks. So I'd spread those last ones out for a few months at the end at least. There's also some other stuff you can add. So if you scroll down here to this green communication section, you can send them a Slack message, a call. I would not recommend the call. Voicemail is pretty cool. So you record a voicemail with your voice. One thing you have to keep in mind is you can't use any names because this is going out to everybody. So you have to keep it kind of generic. Hey, this is Bruce with Bright Mobile Detailing. Just wanted to check in and follow up with you. How's your car looking? That kind of thing. You couldn't use a name in that because it's going to go out to everybody. Some other things in here you can send a Facebook message if you have their Facebook lead, Instagram DM if you have their Instagram, a GMB message, an internal notification. So internal notification is something that you get on your end. So if you have, I normally use these for like top of funnel notifications, but like say somebody signs up for our free marketing masterclass, the link's in the description. When somebody fills out that form and goes to the video and watches all the training, as soon as they fill out the form, I get a text here. I put in my phone number here, and I'll just put, new lead. And then another thing they have is custom values. So it will pull the customer's first name, full name, email, phone. So normally I'll just put like their full name, maybe their phone number, so I can give them a call right after they fill out the form. But yeah, you can use that in here for your nurture sequences. I'm not going to put my phone number in there, but that's how you do that. Another thing you can do, you can use those same contact fields in the text and the call and the emails as well. So you can start out your email with, hey, and then the customer's name, which makes it really personal. So they know that it's not, they feel like it's not just a generic email going out to everybody. A little less so now. Everybody gets those emails with their name in it. So, they know everybody's getting it, but it does catch their eye more. And another thing is you can use it in the subject lines as well. So if you want to use a contact name in the subject line, you go over here, contact, first name, and then, you can say like their first name, ! Whatever you want. We're having a sale, not a good subject line, but you get the idea. You can add it in the subject line as well, and that will like catch their eye when they see their name in the subject line. That's pretty much all there is to nurture sequences. We only use text and emails in ours, and we space them out a good bit, so we're in front of them for 8 months, like I said. But this can make the other thing. One more thing is the settings. Allow reentry. I would keep that off. That means that when somebody gets into the sequence, they can't get into it again. I would just have them be able to get to it again, just because it's not a very salesy email sequence. So most people aren't going to get annoyed. It's mostly tips and tricks on how to maintain their vehicle. Stop on response, I would leave that off as well. That means that whenever somebody texts you back or emails you back, it will stop sending them the emails. And you really want that on. So like if somebody books a detail 3 months in, you want them to still get, the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 month emails in case they need another detail down there. Account time zone, that's fine. That just says it's going to be your time zone. I would turn on this time window. So you do it, Sunday, Saturday, and I would set it to 8 a.m. to about maybe 6 p.m. And this is the only window that the texts are going to be sent into. So say you have somebody that goes into the sequence at 5 a.m. and you have a timer for 24 hours, they might get a text at 5 a.m. It's happened to me before and people are not happy about it. So I would set those just to be safe. It will delay it to 8 a.m. That way it's more reasonable for the customer and they'll be awake and not pissed off that you texted them at 5 a.m. Other than that, that's pretty much it. You just go up here and click save and you click this live, turn it from draft to publish, save, and then it's on. So the last thing would be adding people to it. So what you do is you go to your contacts section. You can import your contacts here. So if you're using another software to do booking or whatever, you can go in here, import contacts, drop the file, and then it'll move all your contacts in here. And then you can just go in here and check them. And then go up here to add campaign. And then you just drop down and click your nurture campaign that you made, and it'll automatically add all those contacts in. And that's pretty much it to nurture sequences. It is a huge it can be a huge driver of customers, especially repeat customers, because everybody that's in this campaign is already booked. It's also super cheap. The texts and emails are cents on the dollar, and I believe Go High Level is maybe $100 a month, and you can use it as your phone, text, email, and your nurture campaigns as well. You can do landing pages. Your whole website can be on there for $99 a month. Super powerful software. We've been using it for years now for all that kind of stuff. But it can really make the difference in not having to pay Google or Facebook or any other marketing you're doing to get that customer again, rather than you just keep emailing them, texting them every now and then, and just let them know, hey, if you're thinking about detailing, we're here. And then instead of going with somebody else, they'll go with you because they know you, they've used you before, they had a good experience, and they can find you easily. You've been keeping in contact with them. There is a sweet spot. You don't want to overdo it. Text them every day. They will stop. They will unsubscribe, and you'll never be able to reach them again. But if you find that sweet spot between, blowing them up and talking to them every couple months, it can really be a powerful driver for repeat customers. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to nurture sequences. If you like the video, subscribe. I've got a bunch more detailing content coming out for the rest of this year. But yeah, until then, see y'all.